Well, U.S. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins has hit the ground running in her new role. Yesterday, she participated in a roundtable discussion led by Senator Roger Marshall to review the future of American agriculture. And they join us now from the Top Producer Summit in Kansas City for a recap. Thank you both for being with us today. Secretary Rollins, let's begin with you. I know some of your big takeaways from that roundtable discussion. You must have gotten a lot of information from listening in on that. Let's talk about some of those big takeaways.
We had the best time. We were in Southwest Kansas, which is Senator Marshall's home place, and he put together I left so inspired. I mean, we had 11 or 12 people there representing each of the different key industries in Kansas. Listen, farm country is hurting. There's no doubt about that. It's been a struggle for a number of years now, how we can fix that. But I also walked away with renewed hope and optimism. I mean, we went and visited an incredible facility that's a dairy, and they're going from 20,000 cows a day to 40,000. And it was just a beautiful facility, the opportunity to do bigger and bolder things. A new cheese factory was moving in. We visited National Beef. So it was an amazing day.
Senator Marshall, what about you? What are some of the big takeaways?
Yeah, I think it's the opportunity. Certainly, as the secretary mentioned, record drop in net farm income, but the opportunities are there. The dairy industry is growing in Kansas. The cattle industry is growing as well. Biofuels are huge opportunities as well. So I think, again, the spirit of optimism, rolling back regulations. The secretary is very involved before the previous Trump administration, rolling back waters of the U.S. Our farmers and ranchers are being strangled by regulations. So looking forward to rolling those back as well.
And Secretary Rollins, I know that you were just sworn in last Thursday. You've already taken some actions to optimize USDA to better serve American ag. Some tough decisions to be made there. Expand on that.
Yeah, but this job is not. I knew when we talked about it, it was not going to be easy. But I also knew that we were at a moment in time in our country's history that the United States Department of Agriculture is filled with incredible, hardworking people. But there's also some realignment that needs to happen. Only 6% of our workforce actually goes into the office. There's 106,000 employees, 29 different departments. Are we doing everything to the best of our ability with the best people to serve our farmers and our ranchers? And the answer is not yet, but it will be, and that's what we're really focused on.
Right, got to look at the long term. Senator Marshall, trade has been a big focus for you and for the ag sector over the past few months with multiple tariff developments. What all are you hearing from your farmers and the people that you represent?
My farmers and ranchers support President Trump. They know under Trump 1.0 that he gave us USMCA, he gave us South Korea, he gave us Japan, he gave us China 1.0 record sales, that he used those tariffs for long-term gain to the farmers. And can you spell India? I mean, what do you think if President Trump not the best deal maker that you've ever met, then he's going to make a deal with India? I think India will replace China as one of our top markets as well, but not if they're tariffing us 50% and we're not tariffing them. So I think huge opportunities. We got a deal maker in DC now, and the secretary is going to be right there pushing them down that road as well.
Right. We know that trade is a big deal. Farm bill is also a hot topic. Getting an updated farm bill remains a key priority for the ag sector as producers cope with these economic pressures. So what's the outlook there? Secretary Rollins, let's start with you.
Well, there's no doubt. One of the very first things that I was told and have been discussing with all of our senators, and we talked about this yesterday,
Right.
was the importance of getting a farm bill through and to support our farming community. So those conversations are already underway. Obviously, came pretty close, I think, the last time. I hope that this time, with my help when needed, the president from the White House, that we will get there. And I feel pretty optimistic about it.
Yeah, we will get it done. We'll get it done this year. We're looking forward to working with Senator Klobuchar, who's the new ranking member for the Democrats. I think that she is a person that loves agriculture, has a lot of corn and soybeans up there and a big agriculture industry in Minnesota. So I think working with her, Senator Bozeman, that we'll get it across the finish line. And we'll put the farm back in farm bill. We'll take care of the crop insurance. We're going to take care of reference prices. And maybe expand the guardrails for the conservation program so that the farmers and ranchers can actually use them. So we'll put the farm back in farm bill. We'll get it done.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Hey, before we wrap, you both are at the Top Producer Summit today, speaking with the ag community. Secretary Rollins, what's your message to those in attendance?
It was a wonderful money session with Senator Marshall. Now, I think we're going into talk to just a handful of farmers and producers one on one about what they're facing. Listen, my message is this: that it is a new day in America. That when President Trump talks about the golden age is coming and we're working on it, I said that's not just for America, but hopefully, and we'll work every hour of every day, also the golden age for agriculture community in this country. And that's my message, that we will be there to fight every minute of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year for the next 4 years for all of these men and women who put their heart, their bank account, their land on the line to feed the country and the world.
Awesome. Any final thoughts, Senator Marshall?
You know, what a great message of hope from Secretary Rollins today, that she lives, breathes, and eats this agriculture world. And I think she did a great job communicating what was on her heart, that she was born and raised in agriculture, that agriculture isn't just an industry, it's a way of life. And then just her inside relationship with President Trump over the last 8 years, and what a huge priority rural America is to President Trump, that 90% of rural Americans voted for President Trump. It's not lost on him, and he wants us to do everything he can, that we can, to make rural America great again.
Amen. That's right.
Thank you, guys. That's U.S. Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins and Senator Roger Marshall. We do appreciate you joining us today.